Welcome to the Life Atelier. Welcome to the Life Atelier. So today it's day 4 of the Prune Bloom challenge. And what we're looking at is how to finish things. So we're pruning the idea that we can't finish things, we can't finish projects, and that is going to make space for us to start finishing things. So first, I want to talk about why we don't finish things. There are different reasons we don't finish things. Sometimes we don't want to, right? We've started something and actually we just don't want to do it. If that's the case, I always recommend to my clients to have a look at The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. It's a really nice resource that will give you some reflections on your motivation, whether it's like internal or external motivation. So you can check in with yourself before you start things to make sure that it's something you actually want to finish. The other reason, sometimes shit happens, right? Life happens, we get sick, people that we love get sick, circumstances change. So if that's genuinely the case, it's okay, right? It's okay to take a decision from a place of neutrality to say that the best thing for me right now is not to do this. However, the third reason is, which is the most typical reason, we do want to do something. We have this idea of this project that we're going to do. We're excited about it. And we start out with so much enthusiasm and so much energy, and then we burn out, right? We lose our energy, we lose our ability to focus, or we think we've lost our ability to focus as we're going. So the solution to that is what I want to talk about today, and that is to set an upper bound limit or to set a maximum. I first heard about this in the book, I think it's called Effortless by Greg McKeown. And he's also written a book called Essentialism, which for me was really, really interesting. I read it a couple of years ago. It's brilliant if you fit in the kind of Steve category and you're able to put these boundaries into place at work without impact. But for a lot of groups of humans in society, there are various repercussions. So now I'm always a little bit wary about recommending it. However, in Effortless, he talks about this idea of an upper bound limit. So let's say you decide, like, for example, in the Fluid English Studio, I have this method. I've been teaching it to my English students for years. It's called the Daily 3. And it's 3 action steps that you do each day. And you should not spend more than 15 minutes on it. And it's really interesting because my students really struggle with it. And in the beginning, I say to them, don't spend more than 15 minutes, set a timer. Doesn't matter if you don't finish the 3 tasks, if you only get one, you're training your brain to do this in 15 minutes. And the payoff, you'll get the payoff in a couple of weeks or a couple of months when you've got to this like level of fitness where you can do it in just 15 minutes and you're really feeling the benefits, you're noticing your language improve, your confidence improve. 90% of the time, they get really involved in the task and they start out and they do 45 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes. And after a week, they're not doing it. And then what happens? They say to themselves, yeah, you see, I can't do things. I can't be consistent. I can't have sustainability. And it's not them. It's that we've gone in with too much force, focused on now, rather than thinking about in the future, what result do they want? What result do we want in the future? So, and we can do this with fitness. We think that if we can't do like an hour at the gym, there's no point doing it. Whereas actually those 10 minutes each day, repeatedly over weeks, over months, you are building muscle that is going to stay forever. You're really building this solid foundation. So all we do, we set our goal. We decide what it is we want to achieve. We check in with ourselves. Do we actually want to achieve this goal, or are we setting it because of external factors or because we think we should, because it looks like everybody else is doing it? An example of that might be Instagram. I used to hate using Instagram. I thought I had to use it for my business because everybody else, bunny ears, was using it, and I felt really resentful about it. And actually, a couple of weeks ago, I started to realize like, oh, it's fun on here. It's a creative outlet. I can connect with people. I can have conversations with people. And so my motivation for using it changed and I started to enjoy it and to put these limits around it. Okay. So we can be doing the same thing, but from different motivation, and it completely changes our results. So we check that we actually want to do it. Okay, and step 3, we set our maximum. So the minimum is not a problem, right? We all know how to set the minimum. We all know how to say, like, okay, if I'm writing, I'm developing a writing habit or a journaling habit, I'm going to do that for a minimum of 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day. But what's more challenging is to say, what is the maximum? I will not do this for more than 20 minutes a day. I will not do this, and we can set a point as well to say for 7 days. And after 7 days, I'm going to evaluate, right? And I'm going to gather that data, see what I've learned from this, and then do it again. So your action step today is to think about a goal that you want to achieve. It could be your sleep routine, it could be language learning, it could be working on your business, on your side hustle, it could be improving your relationships, dating. I read an interview about Yuval Noah Harari. Something that really made me laugh was when he moved to London. He decided to really explore the relationship scene. He's a gay man and he hadn't really had many relationships. And so he made this commitment that like he was going to have sex with somebody once a week for like a period of 6 months. And that was his task. That's what he was going to do. And I just thought that was hilarious because it just shows how you can apply these methods to different areas of your life and then look at the results and see what you're going to learn from them. Okay. So I'm not suggesting you have to do that, but do think about a goal that you have in any area of your life. It doesn't have to be something heavy about finance or whatever. And then what is the maximum you're going to do each day or each week? You don't have to do something daily. I quite like to do like an every other day rhythm for a lot of things and say to myself, okay, I'm going to do this every other day or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then start to increase the time that I'm doing it after that and share it under this. If you're in the community, come and tell me what you're doing on Instagram, wherever you like to hang out. And I'll see you tomorrow. I just forgot to add as well, actually, if you sign up for today, Prune and Bloom, the annual or the quarterly membership, or the Fluid English Studio, again, it can be quarterly or it can be annual. I'm going to gift you in December. I'm doing like something different and exciting each day for our new members. I'm going to gift you a 90-minute one-to-one session where we map out your dream project and we put together a 90-day plan. So that's 90 days of action steps, 90 days of problem solving, of anticipating the things that might slow you down. And we're really going to implement this exact tool that I've just been talking about today so that you can get your project. You will be amazed what you can do in 3 months, that you can get that together. Okay, you can schedule the session, I think, anytime in the next 6 months. So you don't need to rush. You can have your Christmas, you can have if you do Christmas, you can have your winter period and you can schedule it wherever, and then we'll get that 3-month plan together for you. If you've got questions about it, just message me. But yeah, anyone that buys in the next 24 hours, you'll automatically get that gift. You're welcome.